your dad joke.
What? Oh, yeah. No, the Jameson did come.
Yeah.
It was at my local liquor store, and I had to pay for it.
Oh, my God. That's so good.
That's so dad.
That's so good.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
2 kids.
It's a good dad joke.
That's so good.
They call me a listener, they say that I should start to explore everything. Oh, I may be a listener and maybe I should. There's joy in the message I bring. ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain. I am free and at ease, I record what I please. ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain.
Welcome to it.
We are recording.
Yeah.
You said welcome before you recorded.
Welcome to the ShaneTrain. I am not going to sing this season.
That's
very
a
much.
lie.
If there was
Season
ever
2.
a more uncoordinated intro, you wouldn't be podcasting.
True. I don't like to coordinate or sound good or rehearsed. I can't even hear my... Will you turn me up just a tad?
Can I get more...
Can I get more Shane?
Can I get more trouble?
I thought you were all about that bass. About
Turn
that
me up
bass.
in my headphones.
Okay.
What are we doing, you guys?
Well, apparently I'm screwing up the board.
No, you got
So
it.
now I do.
You're a true-ass knob jockey.
Hey,
I'm a knob jockey. Wildo
Oh,
the
that
knob
sounds so
jockey.
dirty.
Yeah, well, look, come on.
you better be on
Speaking
your
of
P's and Q's on
Wildos,
that.
2 types of knob jockeys.
I thought we were going to get stuff sent already. I'm a little
yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Oh,
what?
well, we got a colorblind shirt.
we did
We
get
did.
one thing.
One of our biggest fans.
Oh, my God. I'm not even going to say who it's from.
Why?
Because
I,
it's
I
lame.
will if you don't.
It's lame. Just think about every situation in your life where it's like, I can't even explain it without spoiling.
I can't either.
No.
But we got 2 colorblind shirts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got a ton of illicit drugs that we promptly threw away.
I wasn't going to bring those
Well,
up.
we threw them away into my mouth. So
Yeah. So
that.
Mason's now a delinquent.
Yeah.
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 I've done some shit.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for our fucking Jameson pallet,
Wait a minute.
who turns out to be...
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
you
not-
guys are ruining my favorite liquor.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't ruin shit.
Nah, I didn't ruin it.
If anything, Sean ruined it because he's the one who sent the article around.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to blame Sean.
I'm going to blame Sean because I never would have known that.
If it wouldn't have been for his obsession in the first place.
Shane.
Who's going to deliver the spoiler
You
alert
should.
on this? Oh, God.
It's fresh in your mind,
Yeah,
bro.
you should. We've known about it for weeks now. We've just been waiting to tell you.
Okay, let me know if I slaughter this. But apparently...
You slaughtered it.
Horrible use of word.
Oh, God.
dude.
Oh.
Fuck.
Let me know if I slaughter this with a knife.
Yeah.
So the founder of Jameson had a curiosity about cannibalism,
Yeah.
and he happened to be a watercolor painter.
Hey, first of all, great combo. Great combo.
Well, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Cannibalism really transfers to the canvas through watercolor.
Let him tell the story.
It does.
Let him tell the story.
So, if I'm understanding this story that I've only heard about roundaboutly, he decided I'm going to trade my favorite 10 handkerchiefs for a real person who happened to be a little girl in the Congo. Is that
Yeah.
still accurate?
Yeah, you're
Yep.
getting there.
And he went to a tribal place, bought her with the chiefs, and then they tied her to a tree.
Yeah.
She got stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah.
And
Without
then-
saying a word.
without saying
Didn't
a
make
word,
a noise.
looking around for help.
Yep.
And then they watched her die, and they proceeded to pull her apart and barbecue her.
I don't even know if they cooked her.
Yeah, I didn't mention anything about barbecuing, but I would assume they didn't do it raw.
I just
Apparently
realized that
he
this
sat-
our pallet's never going to arrive. But
No, not after that. Okay, but Jameson, we wouldn't have said this shit if you would have sent a pallet.
true.
We wouldn't have done that.
See how real our threats are?
That's
Yeah.
true.
We can bad PR you.
Yeah.
We can.
And Jameson, this is only season 2.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see the
no
picture I
idea
linked
what's
of him
coming.
too? He looks like that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a cannibal watercolor.
Like the kind of guy.
An avid watercolorer
An avid one.
Avid
also-
watercolor.
Yep.
interested in.
Here's
So here,
This
let
may-
me just read an excerpt. Let me just read the line that's the freakiest.
okay.
It's about 2 lines, actually.
Okay.
So it says, the girl was tied to a tree, the natives sharpening their knives. One of them then stabbed her twice in the belly. She did not scream, but knew what would happen, looking right and left for help. It says, when stabbed, she fell dead. The natives cut pieces from her body. Jameson made rough sketches of the horrible scenes. Just just bad news.
All
man.
that just to do some watercolors.
So he
Jameson,
sketched it and then he watercolored
Yeah.
it in his tent.
Where's your chill there?
Jameson, if you want to talk about this, call us. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah,
No, I got the
do-
angle.
Do
Go
we
ahead, Will.
do we have to switch liquors?
I
I have the angle.
What?
We'll edit out that part.
Ooh.
Wait, but then they wouldn't hear this.
No, but send him a
Yeah.
post.
So if you guys are hearing this, obviously they didn't follow through.
Yeah.
that's a good
If
way
our
to put it.
listeners are listening.
We'll hold them ransom.
Yeah.
Their brand,
Good way to
Yeah.
put
their
it.
image.
See, this brand threatening, it's getting better.
It is.
We're going to get payoff.
Yeah.
We're getting better. The results aren't.
Well, and they've done a good job, obviously, of keeping this stub down a little bit. That's the first I've heard of it, and I've been drinking this fine elixir for many years.
Yeah. I
Man.
better find out when the article was written.
Does that
Hey,
change?
someone said New York Times.
Yeah,
Uh,
1800s.
it doesn't say when.
And Jameson was founded in 1790.
1890. New York Times, 1890.
So they wrote about it in 1890. It was founded in 1792.
100 years later, this
Um,
article was written.
Okay, so I don't know what times were like, but I can't even imagine getting a small animal and watching it get like stabbed and cut up and
No.
barbecued. So I don't understand how times could be that different.
That sounds way better than what he did, though.
I
He was like, he found a porcupine,
Yeah.
tied it up to a tree.
Which is still kind of weird, but
Yeah, still a
I
little
would
messed
argue
up.
the times were way different. From the birth of Jameson whiskey,
Yeah.
100 years later, the company is still. 100 years isn't that long for a company, right? Or is it?
it's
Well,
pretty good
Is it a long
round.
time?
But we see
Which
all
is
the
think about the time from the company was started to the time that article was written.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
That could have done some serious damage now,
and it hasn't.
and it hasn't done anything.
What if someone 100 years after he did or did not do that, they're just like, hey, we don't like Jameson, let's create some bad stuff about him.
Yeah. Well, isn't that kind of what we're doing? Because they haven't sent a pallet yet.
Yeah.
True.
True.
Because you see all the TV commercials where it's like the barrel fell off the ship and he dove down there and took on the Kraken and got his barrel back. John Jameson.
I just think
I don't see any commercials of like, and then he had them tie the girl to the tree.
I think you could tell every whiskey drinker, even Jameson fan, they wouldn't care.
No, it's not going to change what I drink.
It's not going to change. That's exactly right. Hey, guess what? You're still going to go see that one dude's movies, right? The dude who married his daughter.
Woody
Woody
Allen.
Allen.
Oh.
You're still going to go see Woody Allen the movies. You're still going to go watch Disney movies.
I'm going to guess
What
since
did-
that
what
guy,
did
they don't
Disney
have
do?
any
He
He
cannibals
was
in
a
the
huge
company.
anti-Semite.
Oh, okay.
Like, he hated Jews with a passion.
Really? Disney?
Hell yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, you're like teaching some logic over
He
here.
loved
Yeah.
mice. I know that.
Big
Bad
big
point.
fan.
All right.
So, perfect time to talk about why the hell we're doing this episode today.
Teaser.
Yep.
You guys want to shoot before the teaser?
Yeah, what are we doing? Is this our
What's
Gambay?
this too?
You know, I want to ask something just so the
Yeah,
audience out
Gambay.
there.
Go get your Gambay shirt. They're on our store.
Yeah, well, you just read my mind.
Yeah.
Would you pick up a Gambay shirt?
I'd pick up 5.
Okay, you'd pick up 5.
Yeah.
How many would you get, Mason?
I would pick up a lot.
A lot. More than 5?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want 1.
True.
Fuck the ShaneTrain.
Yeah.
Why?
No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Then you end up
It's
wearing
the wheel
one
train.
shirt every day the rest of your
Yeah,
life. I'm
'cause-
thinking about
'cause it's-
lifelong.
Are you going to keep bringing up the wheel train?
I did.
every
I'm not a
season?
keeper bringer upper. You are.
You just did it.
That was my
though.
first.
But wait a minute.
That was my first bringer upper.
He literally just said he wasn't after he did.
Yeah. That was my first bringer upper.
That's like the guy who says, I'm not racist, but.
No.
Hey,
He
can we?
would say the racist comment and then say I'm not racist.
That's true. Can we take the shot for the wheel train?
Yeah. Will change.
Thanks, you guys.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I'm not clinking.
I am not singing for
I'm
season
clinking.
2. It's a
That's
bad
it.
habit.
It's the third
Sucks.
time you've sang.
You're a
Embarrassed.
singer.
I hate myself.
Why?
I need alcohol to numb this feeling about myself.
You'd think after all the singing you'd be good.
That Jameson kind of tasted like watercolors. I'm just saying.
Don't time your jokes when I'm throwing back. I'll punch you in your melon mouth.
So good. Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm a pro. I don't even need that.
Whoa.
It tastes worse with it. There's no sugar in there.
Oh man.
Oh, it's a long way from cat's assholes for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it tastes good. Fuck. God damn it.
Makes me feel good about myself.
So, we had her sights set out for a murderer.
So cash.
Did you have to like go through your life before you?
No, I was just trying to figure out like what's the best way to say it, and I just figured that's the best way
A
to say it.
murderer.
It's sad because I met the guy in an event. Awesome guy, true like humanitarian, recovered, caring, great dude.
Yes.
Right. But I call him murderer because I want people to listen to the episode so they hear him and they hear what is possible with humanity and where people can go through things and recover and become great recovered people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally made the clickbait for the name of the episode. I mean, he did murder someone.
Yeah, and he's very forthright with what he did.
And the episode is awesome.
Really good.
I just want everyone to know that I don't call him the murderer.
I know.
What do you call him?
I call him Rich Homie Quan.
That's a good name.
Because his name's Quan.
Yeah.
And for all the young kids out there, there's a rapper named Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah.
You just keep bringing this millennial aspect. I love it.
I actually just wanted to prove that I'm above you guys.
I don't know how that works, and I don't even know how you proved it then. We'd have to
Jury's
know.
still out.
Yeah, we'd have to know what you're talking about first for that to even prove. Just gonna say.
All right.
Okay, so that was a good teaser.
No, but my little tidbit on the episode is like, you can understand how people can get to weird places in life. And you understand how you can get lost in ways of thinking and lost in gang mentalities and lost in any mentality. And I just thought the episode was cool.
Shit, peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Everything.
So give the rundown. He was a gang member.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, gang member, I don't want to ruin the episode, but it got darker. And then he had something happen in his life that truly could have been a turning point for the better.
Yep.
And it fell short. And that's when he got desperate and things cranked up a notch. And that's when he was faced with a lot of crazy decisions. And we don't want to give it away, but.
No, that's a good teaser, though.
Yeah.
That's a good teaser.
He's a good dude. Took time out of his day.
Yeah.
That episode, I hope it makes it. Oh, speaking of, should we just hit the Shady Committee?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're recording this teaser episode, but we don't know everything that'll pass the committee. I don't know why the murderer wouldn't, but you never know. The audio quality, he was at work.
He was working.
Yeah, but I don't think that should.
Yeah, he was working. I think I don't know. The Shady Committee's pretty picky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I still like that we do that, though. I don't know any other.
I love that.
I don't know any other podcasts out there that's like we have no choice in what plays.
I love that part about our podcast.
It just means that we can be goons and not worry about it.
And we can invite and record anyone without liability of, hey, I don't like you.
Yeah.
This whole thing was set up in a way that Shane never looked like the bad guy.
That is true. It's like I have hitmen or dirty workers.
Yeah.
Hey, you're my friend, but your episode sucked.
But you can't
do?
fault him.
What are you going to do?
That's actually really smart, though. Like, we can't fault you for that.
My judgment would be biased based on they're my friend.
Yeah.
Or I like them, or I find that interesting.
Yeah.
Trying to think of
Because,
what's been
I might have brought a friend in to record. They didn't make it.
Was that an awkward conversation?
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't got an email back or a notice back from
shut
that
up.
yet. So. Yeah.
See, that's when it's good, though, because it doesn't hurt your friendship.
It's not on
just
you.
like, hey, the committee, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can just blame the
Come
committee.
back.
Yeah.
But you better be on your P's and Q's and bring the heat.
Boom.
Yeah. Better
Yeah.
get a fucking better mic.
Yeah. If you
Even
don't
though he was
deliver, if you don't deliver a pallet of goodness,
Yeah.
Palette of goodness.
Hey, bring your drums, dude.
I know shit. Next time.
Has anyone bribed the Shitty Committee?
We haven't had that yet.
We should start telling our listeners that they can be bribed.
They can
They
be
can be bribed, I'm sure.
There's an amount to pass any episode. We need money bad. This threatening whole monetization of our podcast, it's not working that good.
Well, first
No.
of all, don't say that.
Oh.
It's
wait.
working great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got so much free stuff.
Yeah.
Outside
It's
of all
unbelievable.
the liquor we buy and
Yeah.
all the stuff we didn't
Hey,
receive.
tell your dad joke.
What? Oh, yeah. No, the Jameson did come.
Yeah.
It was at my local liquor store, and I had to pay for it.
Oh, my God, that's so good.
That's so dad.
That's so good.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
2 kids.
It's a good dad joke.
It's so good.
You have 2 under 2.
Yeah.
You're allowed dad
I have a
jokes.
2-year-old. But
You're
yeah.
making all the worst life
Pretty close to
decisions.
2.
Worst decision. My comedy.
Yeah. So
We
we had another recap of one of our most popular guests.
Oh, I love that episode. Although,
what were you going to say?
it took me farther than I wanted to go.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We could have gone so much further.
So, spoiler alert, we're talking about Julia,
Yeah.
who's an ex-prostitute.
Yep.
And this time, we were like, we're not going to wuss out.
No.
We're going to ask all the questions.
No.
And like 20, 30 minutes in, we had asked all the questions, and it kept going
Yeah.
into stuff I'm glad she said it because it's very interesting, but holy
And I don't even know if we wussed out the very first time.
I did.
Yeah, we was.
I totally did.
I did.
I wanted to know
I
the
didn't
menu.
even talk.
You didn't talk. You laughed.
I didn't say a word.
Okay, you like
I didn't do
yeah,
that.
you did.
Did I do that?
I did that.
Yeah, you nervously
Shit.
chuckled quite a bit.
Here's the thing, though.
Okay,
There
go
was
ahead.
still an air of like, I don't know if we should be talking about this. Even on the, that was her. She's been back twice, right?
Yeah.
Or she's
Yeah.
been on the show twice.
Yeah.
Where the
there
hell have
was
you been?
still-
Yes, twice. We've
I
had her
think-
twice.
Okay, we haven't had her twice, dude.
And we've had 20 seasons, but yeah,
Yeah.
There's room for a third. I'm just saying.
there is.
I'm just saying. I don't think we hit the cap of grossness.
I'm going to let you guys
I'm
run
not
the
even going to
next.
say grossness. I think that was so real, I was happy to hear it.
Oh, my God.
The reason why I don't say, like, we backed out or we even went light on the first one, that was a big stretch. And again,
It was a stretch.
even when we introduced the episode or we talked about it on the season 1 recap, we were like, look, we just wanted a prostitute because we had some questions that we had and
Yeah.
we were trying to make it lighthearted.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we ran into like a true survivor who grinded through the shit. And we were like, we're going to be really respectful here. So whatever you feel comfortable telling.
When
I don't know.
When I thought of the episode, I was thinking of a prostitute like the one in Borat. Like she enjoys her job. This is what she does. Tell us the ins and outs.
So we
Why
didn't
didn't
get
you
that.
ask?
And then reality hit, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's no one that really enjoys this. I don't think.
I still think we can go further. Like
I asked.
you guys don't know. Like, what if,
I went as far as I wanted to go, which is the menu.
Yeah.
bro? What's my new motto?
What?
It's my new motto.
What's your new motto?
Do you know it?
My fuck style's buck wild.
Oh God.
Whoa.
I've told you guys. I said this before already. Remember?
What has happened to him?
He's so gangster.
I'm telling
is
you.
this?
I'm telling you.
My
We can go
fuck
for-
style's
we-
buck wild.
My fuck style's
Can we do
buck
a
wild.
shirt that says that?
I don't know.
I don't even know if I can speak anymore.
I'm pretty sure it's in a rap song.
Well, let's
I'm
do that. I
pretty
hope
sure.
none of our family orders that shirt, but let's get that shirt.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I just want your family.
I don't know
to
if I want my name on the back of that.
I don't know if I want that on a
Buck wild.
t-shirt.
It's gonna be your face.
I
on
want
the
that.
back.
Then I want that on a coffee mug. I don't want that on a t-shirt. That's coffee mug
What if we
worthy.
put it on the side of the Wildo?
Oh,
Right?
That's good.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
have any manufacturing dildo makers out
God.
There's
no,
gotta be.
just some high production, someone making dildo type stuff.
Yeah.
Hit us up. We want to link up and make a Wildo.
We're gonna call it the Wildo.
We're gonna need to print on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna need to
It's
vibrate.
about an inch and a half long. so
Think of like a pack of lifesavers.
yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
give you an extra.
And then that's
inch.
being like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
yeah, I'm like a pissed off fire ant over here.
I mean, maybe it's more like a pack of Rolaids, but still.
Yeah.
Hey,
An angry gerbil.
you know what? What?
Hung
My
like a
grandpa
light
always
switch.
had a saying that he would tell us,
What?
just when it was guys around, and he would say something about a dude, and it'd be like, "Well, he can't. What was it? Fuck, he can't touch the bottom of a tuna can, but he can fill it up."
Oh yeah, yeah. You can
heard
bust
that?
the sides out or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead
That
and
could be the
stop like
Wildo.
picking on myself over here. Yes, we want a Wildo. And then
Yeah.
apparently we're gonna put that on the
We
side.
can't afford a minimum order or any cash,
Yeah.
and we need to make a ton of money.
Yep.
Well,
'cause
let's
we're-
just have Jameson pay for it.
Yeah, Jameson, we need a Wildo.
Yeah. If you don't send us a Wildo,
No, we need like 1,000 minimum order.
Oh,
that's
dude,
true.
They're gonna fly off the shelves.
yeah, no shit.
Off the shelves and into
Are we gonna
places.
create like kiosks for
off the
Wildos?
shelves and into pussies.
places?
Oh, I thought you said off the shelves and into pussies.
Yeah, places.
Ah, well, you were all cool and like nondescript about it.
Places.
I just said
Don't limit it.
Wow.
Places.
just flying out the shelves into your goddamn pussy. You guys,
I see when you say that, I see it. I see him fly off the shelves and then land in an orifice. Wait, oh.
an orifice? That word is grosser than pussy. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to put myself.
All right.
What happened?
I don't know.
Do you guys not visualize when you think of things?
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So we all saw something fly off a shelf,
Yeah.
and then it had to go somewhere.
Yeah, I just like
Where else is it gonna go?
I'm stuck with the name.
Don't be
Wildo.
sexist. We have male gay listeners.
Yeah, we're not partial with where it goes. We don't care what gender.
Yeah.
It was just the visual of it flying off the shelf, huh?
Got ears, noses, whatever.
Okay, that felt good. That was like a belly laugh I
Yeah.
got right there. So
Mason
anyway,
got cool. We were losing our shit. Mason got
Whoa.
cool.
know. So we.
I mean, I didn't know that all you had to do to break you guys was say pussy. That's all it takes.
It was more than that.
No, but it was the fact that we're recapping and we were talking about Julia, and then that led into.
That's true.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So she's phenomenal. I mean, she really she pulled 0 punches.
She was the one that was like, "Oh, can I swear?" in the first episode, and the next one she's like, "Oh, are you sure you want me to?" Like, she was really respectful.
She was respectful of us.
We were the ones that were like,
dude.
You were.
How interesting too. I definitely laughed like Butthead or Beavis. But what was I gonna say? I lost it. Whenever I try and recover something from my brain, I lose it. So keep running.
The big thing was the first episode we didn't get the menu.
Yeah.
Second episode we got more into it.
Yeah, got more of the menu.
So if you want the menu.
Yeah.
Well, see, but here's the thing, though.
I
think the
remember.
reason why we didn't get the menu is because she went into way more detail about. So we didn't even. The story took over. So from what she went through, go back and listen to the first episode with Julia. Kidnapping, forced to marry, ended up in Vegas, ended up in Seattle. I don't even think we really had time to get to the menu. It was just like.
I didn't dare, but we didn't have a lot of time.
It was like, oh, and now you run a foundation? Like, whoa.
We had talked about it. I remember talking about it before we went live.
Yeah.
We were talking about the menu.
Yeah.
That was
I was
like
very
a
curious.
point we wanted to hit.
And I know we're not the only ones that are intrigued by this.
Yeah,
like, other people are wondering.
It's just curiosity.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is we had fans of the show tell us that this episode was the one that we could have gone further in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like, we were like, oh man, we nailed that first episode. We got some pretty like jaw-dropping moments, but the fans were like, you could have gone.
Wanted more.
You could have kept going. Like, what?
Yeah.
I heard that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
One of the things I loved about the next time, season 2 with Julia, was that we hit on pornography, and I won't say how or whatever happened, but I gave her my exact reasoning for why I used pornography, especially growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
And what it meant for me, but what it means for her is entirely different. But it was good for me to understand her side, and her to maybe see that there is some innocence in viewing pornography. But you got to hear it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites so far.
Me too. It was awesome.
Plus, it really proved out. Like, first season, I believe we totally nailed it. And it was just proof of, like, we went through growing pains. I mean, we were just having fun. And then suddenly you've got these great guests on, and it's like,
that was cool.
Where do we push it? What's our line? How do we really want to present ourselves, et cetera, et cetera.
It came out pretty good.
Yeah. I was pretty happy.
A lot of people said it sounded like we've been doing this forever.
Well, we're pros.
When you have me to carry you.
Yeah, true.
Thanks for that, Mason.
I will say that, like, shock factor aside,
yeah,
I'd still want to have a conversation with her because she's a good guest.
No, she's awesome.
Even I know she's a good guest, but like, she comes across really well and she's good on the mic.
Yeah.
So like, all the shock factor of porn and all this stuff, it's cool and it's like good listening. But I think she's a good guest. So
yeah, I think we should. Honestly, I think we should head up to Seattle. I'd love to do a live recording up there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
To be totally honest, what the 2 episodes we've done with Julia it's added so much reality, just to like the curiosity and the fantasy and pornography. I've adjusted like how I feel about everything just in our conversations.
Yeah.
It's not like I was
Really?
gonna go get a prostitute, but I didn't understand the darks and the depthness and the slavery and the pain and it's bad.
Well, see, and that makes perfect sense.
And even
though.
pornography, I didn't realize the deep dark side.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, it's kind of shitty,
Well, they get paid a lot.
Yeah, and it's just humanity. It's just what we do. And there's a deeper, darker.
Yeah. And I love that she went into detail.
Yeah.
I mean, she had all of these experiences into one.
Well, it's like she was the one, right? Like, again, even on the second episode, she was the one that pushed it.
Yeah, she pushed it.
But I love the reason
she
why
pushed
she
it.
pushed it,
She
though.
pushed it.
Yeah, she did.
There were times where you and all 3 of us were like,
There was
no
one
words.
phrase where all of us were.
There were no words. That's
Yeah.
hard to do between
Yeah.
the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Someone's always got something to say.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There were moments where it was just silence.
It was everything we wanted from the first one
Yeah.
into the second one.
How long did it go? Do you guys remember?
Hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of our length.
That's kind of our MO.
That's about us.
Yeah, hour and a half.
That's crazy.
I think we want like
comfortable.
drive time into work and finish this off drive time home.
Although we did have people saying they were staying in their cars and getting into work late.
We did have that.
Yeah.
The feedback.
We had
I mean,
that.
holy shit, like the actual feedback, the emails we've gotten, the comments we've gotten. Because we're doing this because we're having a good time. I mean, this is just...
No, I'm Scrooge McDuck over here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're finally owning
Dollar
it.
signs.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much money have we made so far? I think like.
At least like negative $50.
Yeah.
If we're talking negative, and Jameson,
Yeah, say, how much is the booze
we've
cost?
made negative at
Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, man.
What, $30 a week in booze?
You got to spend money to make money,
That's
dude.
true. Shit, it just got real, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think season 2, I think it's shaped up to be a great season.
I'm happy because when we finished season 1, I'm very happy that we took a couple of weeks. You know, we've taken a little bit of time
Yeah.
because we had no idea where it was going to go. We had no idea the reception we were going to get. We made top 200,
Yeah.
which I was blown away on iTunes because there's, hundreds of thousands of
Oh, yeah.
podcasts out there. And who was just in front of us? Fucking Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey, that motherfucker.
And it was, and the best part is the week that we hit just below Steve Harvey was the week he fucked up Miss America or Miss
Really?
Universe or whatever else.
Wow, I
yeah.
didn't know that.
So
So
it
he
was
did
just-
have some hype. Like, his name was out there. I know
Yeah.
that it might have been negative, but
But still,
people were searching him.
people were tuning in. And we
Dude.
fell right behind him. So, Steve, we're coming for you
Yeah.
again. Watch out.
That
Shane
dude's
Train
the
on
best.
Family Feud?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I could see that.
We
I
could do that.
I could see us doing it.
Do you think we'd win, or do you think we'd get destroyed?
No, I'm pretty sure we'd win.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If we, ride
Do you have
the
a strong
millennial luck.
trivia? Oh, that's true.
No, you just got to be quick-witted and full of a bunch of answers.
That's true.
Yeah, there's no
I
trivia
think we
for
could
it.
do it.
Yeah.
But no, what you were saying about the top 200, that's like a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Even for me personally, just because I had a certain vision of how season 1 would go,
Yeah.
and I didn't think top 200 was in it at all.
We were top 200.
No, so we're talking about
Yeah, we hit top 200.
yeah.
Serious?
When we hit top 200
Bro.
though.
We
We're
did.
just talking about like
We
I'm glad
did.
we
Oh,
took
I think
Last
yeah.
season,
I think I remember.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
right behind Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
same
Oh, yeah.
the same week that Steve Harvey messed up on the Miss America, called the wrong name and all that debacle.
But he was out there.
He was out there. So I
I-
was like, holy shit, props to us.
Yeah,
That's
I just
crazy.
think
Yeah.
it was a huge accomplishment because we all listen to podcasts, but I think I listen to more than anyone, and I
For
know how hard podcasting is. I know how oversaturated it is. And for us
Yeah.
to hit top 200 in the world,
With just our moms and cousins and who else
Seriously,
listens
like,
to this?
My daughter. So yeah,
you
we've
guys
got
must have
I
like
can't believe 10 listeners can get us that
sister wives or something.
yeah. You don't have any sister wives?
Not
Dude,
yet.
you are missing out.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
far. I was just using the restroom.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yes.
Nice, dude.
And I thought of something that we missed.
What?
Okay, first of all, don't get so aggro.
Yeah. Mason, did you not clean the studio again?
What do you want?
Fucking the Duncan episode.
Yeah, we haven't even. Okay, so that's a good one.
That,
Dude.
yeah.
We did miss that.
We
Dude.
didn't miss it. It's still on there.
Yeah.
No, it's like one of our fucking favorites.
Yeah, we were gonna.
Mm.
Okay, so there's our good tease. We just covered Julia. You gotta listen to. Your mind's gonna be blown.
Yeah.
We literally landed Duncan.
We did.
Yeah.
Duncan Trussell.
That was like bucket list shit.
Dude, I was so nervous for that episode.
when we
I
were done
wasn't
recording,
until he said we're
you were
recording.
crying. Mason was so happy he was crying at the end. It was impressive. He was like, "My life is complete."
That's exactly what he said.
That's 100% not true.
No, I got to be honest though. Like,
Duncan was sick.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I know Duncan from floating, right? So I went out to LA and set up a float tent in his house, and he floated a ton, and he loved it.
Yeah.
I think now he's in New York, right?
Yeah, New York.
But anyway, I hit him up to go on the podcast, and then I started getting so intimidated because I feel like he's such a cool, comfortable, social guy, and I come from a place where I'm like kind of scared of social, panicky, anxious.
Yeah.
And then it came time like, well, he's on my podcast, and then I started like overthinking it. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
He intimidates me, and he's such a nice guy.
Super nice guy. Carried himself perfectly.
Yeah.
Like he
Just a
was the
professional.
consummate pro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I started to like try and get the episode going, but as soon as like Mason, you clicked with him big time.
I think we all did.
Yeah, we all did, but like you guys had some weird shit that
Yeah.
I didn't understand. What was that?
So you're saying I'm as weird as Duncan, so it worked
You guys
out.
are fucking.
Okay,
Yeah, you
cool.
had the whole like. you
What
were
was
talking
it?
About
We were
Stitch,
talking about video
like,
games,
Stitch, and
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, Stitch and some board games. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
okay, I
clicked
got.
on.
It was cool.
Yeah, we clicked on a certain level that made the conversation easier.
I'm
was
gonna
so
honestly
glad
say,
you guys were here because if it would have been me and Duncan, like,
It
what
would have
the
been
fuck?
fine. It would have just been a different conversation.
Maybe.
No, I'm glad that you're being humble about this, but that was definitely one where Shane, you and I just kind of kicked back.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Well, here's
I,
the thing.
I
when we were
love
talking
that
about
episode.
games, I made a stupid Candyland reference.
I
And it
tried to
fell
reference
flat.
a 1940s movie.
You did.
You made the worst reference. You got called out by a guest.
I know.
Yeah.
Because
You
it
got-
fucking was weird.
Shat upon.
That was the first time I think we've had complete dead silence.
Do you guys know what it's like to be like scared of social situations? And then to reference a 40s movie, and
Yeah.
then it goes totally silent.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude.
Yeah, you got called out by Duncan in the best way possible.
With good reason.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was really funny.
He's a good dude too.
I would go ahead and go as
He is.
broad as saying that, Mason, I think that was your real, I'm nailing this podcast.
For
from here on out.
sure.
Like you opened up in a way that I haven't seen you open up before or heard you open up before. Like you were
Yeah.
seriously excited to have Duncan on.
Oh, I was so hyped for Duncan.
Yeah. And we covered so many fun things. Get out there and ride
It
your
was
fucking
cool.
bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New
Go ride your
York.
bike.
I have listened to that voice maybe 75 hours in my life.
Whoa.
Because of all the, I mean, he does
Wow.
Joe shows that are 3.5, 4 hours long.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So for how many times he's been on there, Joe's over 1,000 episodes now. So
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
for every time he's been on there, I've listened to him and his podcast he has, which
Yeah.
is the Duncan Trussell Family Hour.
Yeah,
Family
Family
hour.
So yeah, I've listened to that voice so much, and to finally like talk to it and then
Hung
get
out.
that voice back, it's just
Hung
weird.
out and talked to him, and had a lot of stuff in common.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And
he's
we
just a really cool
and left the door open to do it again.
Yeah.
He spoke at the Float Conference, and I've been to the Float Conference for, I think, 4 or 5 years. But it was my favorite thing I've seen at the Float Conference. I mean, sometimes there's more informative things or more scientific things.
Yeah.
But his was such an enjoyable piece. He we chanted, he lit incense,
He's
and
so-
then he just rolled through like comedy, and then he interviewed, it's Peter, I think. Anyway, he interviewed a guy who was super interesting, and Duncan just is natural and charismatic,
Yeah.
and the whole crowd loved him, and it was my favorite thing I've been to at the conference. It was cool.
just sounds like the happiest person.
Yeah, everything was exciting. I think that was our real, like, holy shit, we can do this.
Yeah, that felt like a pretty big guess.
We had a lot of fun season one, and not to take away from any of the guests we had, because we're super appreciative.
Yeah.
But it was like having that time with Duncan was like, I think we're going to do this for a while. Like,
Yeah.
it feels right.
Yeah.
And then to have that flow with him to where, because he's done this how many times, right?
Yeah.
So if we keep up with that flow, it's like, okay, we've got a good thing going here that we can keep doing.
That was
So
cool.
Duncan's huge.
I think
Yeah.
it just propelled us to a new level.
Yeah.
Well, and then
He's-
we had good old Chris Plow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so he's my buddy, so that's like I could hang that one pretty well
Yeah.
in that conversation.
You covered that one really well. Like that's you took a lot of control of that one, and I'm glad you did. I was just super inspired by that one.
He was pretty inspirational. So I know him through it's not a business network, it's just like a friend network. Mastermind Talks is where I met Chris Plow. But what does he do? Like, to try and define what he does is kind of crazy. I mean, I know he coaches people, but he also
Yeah.
travels and has adventures and helps other people have crazy adventures. What sticks out from
saying
you?
he's a coach doesn't
No, it ruins
do
it.
it.
Yeah,
justice.
and it does. It takes it down a notch.
What do you guys remember from the episode? Like one thing. I'm just trying. I know he
I've
was
got
naked
mine.
on stage in front of thousands of people.
Couldn't believe
Yeah,
he did
that's so
that.
gnarly.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's
I
so
know my
gnarly.
biggest one. When he basically gave away all of his stuff,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
he
Plowshare.
and
he literally gave away, $100,000.
But the most
he
important
made a comment that he gave his really, really nice camera to a good friend that he had no idea was interested in photography. Didn't have a chance to do it because he didn't have a camera, and Plow just gave it away.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I went home and took like a mental inventory of all the stuff I had.
Dude, I follow him on Facebook, or we're friends, and that Plowshare happened every week, and he was giving away everything he owned: laptops, cameras, iPod, just weird electronics, and then even like nice gear. And I was just
Yeah.
like, and all he wanted to know that the person who was going to get it really wanted it and could use it.
Yeah.
And so no one was like, "Give me free stuff." Everyone's like, "Oh, this person could use this thing," And
That's
then
what
they
I was
got
gonna say.
It was really cool.
Yeah, that's like the most important part was he made you explain why you not deserved it, but need it.
Think of all the stuff we have that isn't properly being utilized.
Well, see, and that's what I did. That's what I went home and I took an inventory of, like, did I just get this or do I own this because I wanted it, not because I needed it? And I loved what he did for his own personal community. I mean, could you imagine if we all did that ourselves? I know I have so much shit at home
I've got so
that
much
I could give away to someone who would be like, holy shit, this is really important to me and I'm going to use this and really use it.
You've got like kids and
You've got a lot of
I'm
stuff.
probably going to keep them, but
just
Yeah, I
tell
wouldn't
me-
give a kid
tell
away.
me why you want a kid.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
will you just raise them for like 10 years and give them back?
Yeah.
when
Yeah, so don't give away your kids. I
I
think
don't
that's
have
just what
anything.
we established. You don't have anything to give away.
No, I
other
have
than
stuff
like
to give away.
9,000 shoes, right?
I just am not giving
the
it away.
shoes.
Yeah, you've got.
Like, no, I know what you're gonna do with my shit.
Yeah. No, the only thing I'm going to do with is I want you to leave your Brooklyn sweatshirt behind because it's ran its
never,
course.
ever.
Never.
Yeah, the
Never.
moment you do.
Well, we have a plan for that.
yeah, I'm going to
What?
cut the sleeves
We're
off.
cutting the sleeves off.
and then
Don't.
that's his get swell.
Oh, yeah, you can get
I'm
swole,
gonna wear it
bro.
to the
Yeah.
gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
The question is, do I cut it down low
No.
or you keep it nice and tight on the pits?
When you become like
know
Venice
what I'm talking
Beach.
about?
Yeah, when you become Venice Beach big, then we'll cut it
Yeah,
low.
it's rip level.
Yeah.
The more rip
Nah,
you
see, I
get,
don't
the
agree
farther
with
the
that.
cut goes in.
I don't agree with that.
It's not about you agreeing. It's about what we
It's
want.
about society.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Nah.
Nah.
No, Shane and I have a good threshold in what society wants, so
Yeah.
we're just going to go ahead and tell you.
You cannot be an individual.
No.
But if you were an individual, what would you do?
I'd cut that bitch until there was one thread on the bottom holding it together,
Whoa.
and the neck was just the neck ring thing.
Whoa.
There's no
Is
shoulders.
that
It's
technically
just
a shirt or is that like a choker and a waistband?
it's like a belt and
A
yeah,
choker.
a choker with some string in the
A
middle.
sweat choker? Sweat
You're
choker.
gonna wear that to your next rave.
Oh
right?
my
Yeah.
God, I just thought of a product.
What?
Choker hoodies.
Choker?
Okay.
So you just put on a choker that has a
Let's
hoodie.
slow
So
down
you can
there.
throw your
Is that what Mello
Think about
does?
it, dude. Millennials
Choker
would love
Mello?
that shit.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, your hoodie in the summer. And they just throw on like a sweat choker.
Oh
throw
my
the hoodie
god.
on, they can listen to their phones
I
and
feel
be
like
cool
that's
and
the
have work-life balance and shit.
Oh my god.
So
First of all,
no
fuck
one-
you, dude.
No.
Second of all, isn't
No
that
one-
the equivalent of like those fake turtlenecks you just put under his jacket?
Yeah,
or
but
whatever?
oh my God.
we
so
call yeah
What
I
are they
ha-
called?
mock turtlenecks.
Mock turtleneck.
I have to have this available before this airs.
Yeah.
What's it called?
So get on to it.
The hood choker?
We should just do that sound.
The
for
chuddy.
this whole thing.
The chuddy.
Chitty?
The chuddy.
Not bad.
No, that's bad.
The chuddy?
And
Chuddy.
you don't know if
No.
I'm talking about the name or the product.
The product would
Nathan.
sell.
Again, I just
Would
told
it?
you.
Yeah.
We have a
Would
pretty
it?
good
The
grasp
summer
on
hoodie.
reality.
You know what it's the
Yeah.
equivalent of? Have you ever seen those pillows that you stick your hands
Wait.
in and your head in and you just lay like
You
this
can't tell
in a
me.
fucking
You guys
sack?
think I'm fucking joking.
No, you can't tell me that you haven't been at the gym, and I know there's somebody that you've seen that really wishes they just had a hoodie on. Just
True.
the hood.
He just picked up his cell phone while you
Yeah.
were talking.
I'm buying
You know what
summer
he's doing?
hoodie and chuddy.
He's buying domains.
He
Yeah.
better.
He has an addiction.
I'm going to be pretty pissed off if he doesn't.
It's a bad one.
We could probably do a whole
It's a
episode
bad
on.
one.
Holy shit! There's a good episode idea.
What?
We'll call it Shane's Domains.
Go through every one.
Shane's
Some are
Shane's
embarrassing.
Domains.
Some are super embarrassing.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
a funny episode though. I've got shit in like
For us.
I've got like robot brothel and I've got like fucking
Yeah, the worst
the
I
What
weirdest-
was your claim to fame?
saw backtoback.com. I mean, it was.
I don't think I got that one. But yeah.
What's your claim to fame on domains? I forgot what it was called. Health graphs or something you sold?
Oh no, I sold vapor cigarette.
Vapor cigarette.
Yeah, I was onto that wave way early, but I'd never made the company
You
work.
just used
Yeah.
word, dude.
But
What
you
the
were
fuck?
really
I was
early on
selling
that.
electronic cigarettes before anyone even knew what they were.
Yeah.
That's what Sean said.
It
You
was-
were big into it.
It was jets.net. JETTES. It was horrible. Anyway,
Okay.
I failed. But I sold one of my domains for like $5,000, and I probably could have got double, and I probably should have never sold it. It was vaporcigarette.com or vaporcigarettes.com.
Big now.
Nice,
yeah,
dude.
big now.
And I regret it. And I've only sold one domain, and I'll never sell
So now
another.
he's just compensating for buying
Yeah.
every
How many domains?
Chitty, bro. I'm looking up Chitty.
How many domains do you think you have?
chilidogsandchokers.net.
Holy shit! Chili
That's not.
dog.
No. That's,
Chitty's taken. Fuck.
Is it really?
Summer hoodie.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
chuddy is a thing.
What is it?
Don't ruin my fun. I thought I was being pretty witty making that up.
Well, you were, but someone was witty.
I bet if
Summer
you-
hoodie. All right, everyone, it's a summer hoodie. It's going to be available on Amazon.
Summerhoodie.com.
Who's going to make these for me? Hey,
We'll
if you
figure
can,
it out.
If you can make me a summer hoodie, I need
Oh, dude.
to. What?
Chuddy is like kids' clothes. They're so cute, too. They're like beach towels that are hoodies that your kid wears.
That's
and
a
it zips
chuddy?
up. Yeah.
That's a chuddy?
Yeah, it's a kid's.
I'm so disappointed then.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed
I
in that.
hate children.
Bro,
Not as cool.
honestly,
Yeah, if you're
That
fucking
chuddy's-
willing,
honestly, it's way better than
Yeah.
yours.
That chuddy's fresh.
if I'm wealthy to
Honestly.
live in Nantucket, I can afford that chuddy for my kid. It's only $495
honestly,
for this
bro,
towel with the
49%
hood.
off right now.
Wow. So it's $250 pretty much for my kid's chuddy.
All right, on summer hoodie and summer hoodies.
Okay.
And I just
What
got to
is
find
wrong
a
with you
supplier.
guys? Okay, we need to go over how fast that turned from an idea to an actual thing.
This is how great ideas are born.
Yeah.
And then this is, look.
I need a textile manufacturer. Oh, but I need it now. So not.
So we're putting out.
I need it
So,
now.
by the time that this airs, we'd hope to think. So, what about
We should
what
move
about
on.
testosterone? We don't know if it's going to
Ooh,
play.
Yeah.
But shitty committee.
Testosterone.
Yeah. So I'll tell you how this episode happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was you were gone,
I was gone.
and we were supposed to throw together an episode. So I grabbed my needles from my house.
You're skipping over.
Okay, go ahead. You probably know better.
We knew ahead of time you'd be gone, right? You were gone for a scheduled thing.
Yes.
Shane and I knew that we were supposed to come up with something.
Yes.
We didn't.
Yeah.
We left it to the last minute. I get a text at, was it the night before?
Yeah.
He goes, hey, what are you scared of? First of all, fuck you for asking me that. No.
What are your fears?
He said, you afraid of tarantulas? Yeah, I just get those two texts, and it's like Thursday night.
Okay.
I was trying to rent a spider.
He's like, dude, what if? And I'm not going to say the podcast idea because we might do it still.
'Kay.
Yeah.
Actually, should we say it?
What?
We were going to record a whole podcast with our hands in a tarantula.
No, we should still do that. And hey, if you think that episode is a good idea, let us know. But
Yeah.
we're all going to put our hand in with a tarantula
Yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't freak me out.
and then record.
Doesn't freak me out either, but he's terrified of spiders.
Yeah.
Not necessarily terrified.
No,
No,
I've
that's-
heard.
I think we're gonna get one in.
I've
I've
real
heard
soon.
from your mom and your sister.
I think they're fabricating fears.
So that was
I'm
two of
I
our
don't
scared,
think so.
but
two of our 10 listeners have reported
Yeah, dude.
that
Okay.
you're
A
scared
fifth.
of spiders.
Of our.
Okay.
Anyway. So that was our idea. And, okay, cool. This could be really fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it could be a cool fears.
Fears
episode.
episode. Yeah.
And if you want to tell a story,
Didn't
just
I
stop
ask
me.
you to rent a tarantula? And
No,
you
you said, hey, do you know where to get a tarantula? I said,
you
I
knew
know
someone.
a guy
Yeah.
because Monique and I, your sister,
Yeah.
we're looking up tarantulas to scare you with on your birthday.
Sweet.
So it just happened that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I know a guy if you want. And then I never heard anything. You're like, I got it. Because you knew somebody. You knew I swear you knew somebody.
I thought I knew someone who could bring in a tarantula.
So we just
Okay.
let it go. We let it go. And I thought, oh, man, there's going to be a tarantula.
I grabbed
on
needles
Friday.
from my house.
Okay.
Because that's scary.
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
The morning of the podcast?
Okay, well, this is how I heard it.
Okay.
I just thought there would be tarantulas, so I'm like prepping myself to have my hand in this cage.
Yeah.
He walks in, no tarantulas. Oh, I don't hear from him all day
Okay.
because Shane.
Yeah.
Don't hear from him all day.
I wouldn't normally do this, but I gotta go.
Goes 0 dark 30 on me.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
So he
live.
shows up. He's got a handful of hypodermic needles. He's like, well, I didn't get the tarantula, but I found these in my car. So I thought
yeah,
you had
no,
them in your
I
trunk or
did it.
something.
I
So where
remember
did your
now.
head instantly go?
I had a prescription.
He's like,
Yeah.
hey,
I remember.
you scared of needles? I'm like, well, no. He's like,
A
okay,
little.
he's like, well, let's just play with the needles and see how scared we can get each other.
So I thought we would put needles in ourselves during the episode.
So
Whoa.
this dude over
glad I
here
missed that one.
to my right
Yeah.
says, let's just poke ourselves with needles and see how scared we can get and record an episode about it.
I sound. Keep going. I love listening
Yeah.
about myself.
Yeah.
I immediately said no.
Okay.
You ruined the episode.
Okay,
But go on.
I didn't ruin the episode. I think the episode was doomed
Way
when
to
you
pet,
didn't
way
follow
to put your
through.
needs above everybody else,
Yeah.
Mason.
Way to put your fears
Way to come
in front
through
of
with the tranche,
quality
Luke.
fucking stuff.
Way to get the tranche.
Tranche.
Look, he had 12 hours to get a tranche, okay?
He
Yeah.
had 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's it. So there were needles on the table, and we just bullshitted for an hour because A, I'm not poking myself,
Yeah.
because not a video podcast, and B,
And 2.
Yeah.
Neither of us were scared because you're a pro.
Yeah, I'm way
and I'm
needle
just,
friendly
needles
now.
aren't my thing. Like,
So we talked about this stuff.
So
Yeah.
The real use.
The real use.
Yeah.
it was
And
a
there's-
fun episode.
there's-
I was riding a T-Wave, bruh.
You're on one. One other who is the nameless who we're going to get on is also on the T.
Oh yeah, that's my
And-
buddy that got me into it.
I might be on the T. soon.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So, like, if I'm working out and if I'm getting pretty swell in the next couple of months, you guys know why.
and
'cause
I'm
I've been
just a
low.
young buck that doesn't need it.
You're pretty high on estrogen anyway, so we're trying to keep you balanced that way.
Yes.
I've got to give my teaser.
Yeah?
Testosterone will change your life, and you're going to learn more about it in that episode. But, like, our society, males now, between environment, diet, desk jobs,
Yeah.
we've really messed up our natural testosterone levels. If you look back 50 to 100 years, like, they used to be way higher in males. So, listen to the episode. You'll hear all about it, how it works, why it's great. But
And
it
that blew
is
me
great.
away. I didn't realize that we were that low.
Yeah.
Like,
What if you
genetically lowering.
Dudes are
What if
low.
you just spend your weekends like doing the manliest shit ever, like fucking up trees and killing shit?
Oh, I wear my flannel and I chop wood all the time.
I
I just
Well, I
go.
think that's why you're low on T. Your lesbian side's coming out.
Yeah, I
You
was gonna
need
say-
no shirt,
No.
hamburger meat hanging.
Are we back to the whole lesbian flannel shirt thing?
I'm never letting
You
that
do
go.
seem like a male
Okay.
lesbian.
That's the best thing Shane's ever said.
It's too bad we didn't play that episode. Thanks, shitty committee, because I full on
That's
got
true.
called out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
we
did,
didn't play that.
You
No,
did
we
miss
didn't.
a valid moment.
He said a lot of smart stuff
Yeah.
throughout our
Who?
time knowing him. You.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
That was the best thing I've ever heard him say.
So from test draw, we jumped into round.
And he skated over.
Yep. we
And
Go
jumped
on.
into round 2 with Brad.
Fucking
Wait,
bad.
did
Fucking
you
bad.
hit your lesbian point home?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just, I just
Okay,
let it
okay,
go.
okay.
Yeah, I just let it go.
Okay.
Yeah, the best thing you've ever said was you called fellow podcast recorder a raging lesbian.
Oh.
You did.
I did.
Yeah, you
'cause
did.
You said he was wearing
He had Doc Martens.
Doc Martens.
He
and
had
a
flannel, and he was being sassy.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, it's the
yeah.
best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
It was the first time I almost quit a job.
We
I was
drove.
like,
we
"Fuck
drove
this,
it
I'm
home.
done." Yeah.
It's so good.
I called an Uber. I left early. Yep.
Okay, so Brad.
Okay, go ahead, Brad.
Wah wah.
Brad and I have a special relationship.
This Brad episode fried my brain.
Yeah.
I was following it for 30 minutes, and then it started to like escape me.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, "What on earth are these guys talking about?"
I don't want to give it. I don't really want to give it away, but we learned that you just can't show pictures over the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
episode? Was
It-
that his second time?
Yeah.
That was the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned that Mason's spending half an hour just staring at pictures.
We looked at a lot
Didn't
of
really
I'm gonna
pictures.
blame
yeah.
Brad on that one.
We have to translate pictures into audio.
We will.
Yeah,
So I think for that episode, we'll put some stuff up on the website.
I agree. With
It was
you.
cool.
they
I
can
just
see.
whatever we talked about at the very end, I did not know much about.
Well,
No.
he and Will were rapping pretty hard.
What
at the
was
end.
it?
So we were just talking about ancient structures. Well, so
I
he,
loved all that.
Yeah.
ancient structure
Talking
stuff.
about the star people. What are they called?
Yeah, and then so we were talking about
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nibiru, when Nibiru was supposed to come around, and then we were talking about
Oh
What are
my
they
god,
called?
what are they called?
oh my heaven, just give me a minute. The ancient giants. So
That's where I lost it.
I was really
like, I know.
yeah, I was
nothing.
really big on the Sumerians, and then
Sumerian. I'm down with that.
yep, the original culture, or the first culture that we know of,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Sumerians were
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. Nice.
Boom! So you weren't checked out.
Yeah, I just remember I'm like, oh, I don't
Yep.
know about this.
Yep, and the Anunnaki, and it was just like, wow, that's pretty crazy that Brad spent some time really researching this. Because outside of this, we have people in our circle that truly believe that these giants were out there and these giants helped form these ancient structures.
Yeah.
So this wasn't just like us trying to be lighthearted. This was real facts that we were trying to debate. Is that
Yeah.
the best way to put it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I always like to. I'm gonna do it more. I'm just gonna be ruthless with Brad. I think.
I think
Yeah,
you should.
I think you should.
I challenged him a little bit, but like he said, once we started getting to the Anunnaki, I just didn't know.
I for sure did.
It was like. for
I
me,
like that he
so-
calls you Millie Mason.
He calls me a lot of stuff. I saw him last week.
You did?
Yeah, I saw him last week. Mo and I did, and we were talking about. And I don't want to like really touch on it, but we were talking about the Vegas shooting, and he was trying to give me some insight into what really happened. And
oh god, was it a conspiracy?
it was one of the biggest conspiracies I've ever heard.
Oof.
I'm starting to be so curious about conspiracies
Yeah,
because isn't it like such a fun thing to read about?
it's fun Because you just don't know.
And the saddest part about all conspiracies is you might never know.
Yeah.
So sad.
Well, and that's why we got a lot of intrigue and praise from the first time he was on.
yeah, the 9/11. We went pretty deep into 9/11.
It was pretty big.
I'm 100%. Well, no. I'm 90. I'm 99.5%
Yeah.
convinced it was more than just a bunch of dudes flying planes.
Yeah.
But just to throw back something we've always talked about.
Building 7. But yeah, go ahead.
No.
Okay.
Another conspiracy theorist. Well, is he a conspiracy theorist? The alien guy. I don't know if he's a conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
That's a conspiracy to me.
To you.
You actually went down on your percentages after talking to that person.
Yeah.
So
What
it just
was I,
depends
80/20
on.
or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like 95.5.
95.5, and I went down to 80/20.
Yeah, that chapter sold me though.
So it
I'm
just depends
still
on-
pretty. I have a hard time believing that
Ros-
that much was made. We're talking about Tom Carey. Go
Yeah.
back and listen to the first season.
Yeah, listen to Witness to Roswell.
Yeah.
Season 1. That was hard
Yep.
to say. You guys like that teaser? Was that good?
I do. Honestly, I think.
Amazing?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Well, how else do you recap it? You know what I mean? We had such a variety. What else do you say?
I know what you say. Why don't you listen to my shrink, motherfucker?
Yeah.
So this is, I got to explain to the audience.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah.
You didn't sing that.
I know, weird. I'm not seeing
He's really trying.
Just
trying.
saying.
He's been trying for a whole.
I didn't mean to
2
interrupt the
minutes.
Shane train.
No,
Like
you're-
you were rolling down the track.
You're good, dude. So, like, I pushed the shrink appointment so hard on episode 1, right?
Yeah.
And it was a meltdown, and nothing worked, and it caused so much fuckery and horribleness. And then we forced it through, right? So I used a lot of, like,
Well,
my...
Let's clarify.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
forced it.
I
through.
forced the fuck out
We
of it.
didn't force anything.
I forced it.
Yeah.
So lawsuits are fuckery.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, so then...
Covered.
I'm like, that was a lot of work and a lot of force and felt awkward and maybe not good, not creative. And we arrived, and it all went fine, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm here, season 2, episode 1. I'm like, hey, guys, this is noteworthy. Let's do another shrink appointment. So I record another episode of my shrink, and I want to air it, but I am done forcing. This is it for me. Season 2, that's my last shrink appointment. It's
So-
fucking boring.
Well, wait a minute. You can't just decide on your own. What if people like it?
Oh,
that's cool. Tell
No,
us
you
if
went
you
a
like
totally
it.
different place.
I didn't know you were going to go there.
Yeah.
But it feels like
I'm
I'm
just saying.
forcing it so much that it must be shitty.
I was going to ask him to get that in writing.
Yeah.
It must be shitty?
Well, I didn't say anything.
No, I didn't call it shitty. I'm just saying.
Listen, we have a whole first season, and they can listen to the first shrink episode.
Yeah.
They can listen to the second one, and we'll have that break
Yeah.
to decide.
Yeah.
I think
So,
that's funny that we call the
let's not-
first episode of our first season the shrink episode, because if you look back at what we talked about, there were a few moments where even you, Mason, were like, okay, stop recording.
Yeah.
Do we really want to? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to go ahead and cover that.
I think it worked out really good.
Yeah.
I even like that we did commentary. I think my original shrink episode would have sucked.
Well, the first file you sent me and
That's what I'm
Will
saying, the
was,
first file.
was a dumpster fire,
That's accurate.
but we nursed it back to
Yeah.
health.
We did.
We
way
might.
hard. See, all that
We
forcing,
collectively put our
all
brains
that fucking,
together.
like, saving this thing.
Yeah.
This is the time. This is like the plant. Just like it's dead, let it die. That's
It's
how it
the
feels.
it's the podcast.
Yeah.
If you did the podcast by yourself, dumpster fire. If you did the podcast by yourself,
You
This
have
is
no
ac-
idea.
This
Tire
is
fire?
accurate. This is
No.
accurate.
Hey.
I'm the dumpster.
yeah, he's the tire fire.
That's worse then.
Well,
Depends how many tires.
Depends on what's in the
Whoa,
dumpster.
whoa. I'm just going to sit here with my job.
Gasoline
and go,
dumpster
wait a
fire.
All
minute.
three of us together
Make
is
magic.
passable.
Whoa, how come he gets gasoline on his fucking dumpster and I just get tires?
Well,
I was
you know.
I was throwing you a bone. I was being the bigger fire.
Here's the bigger fire.
Well, we
That's
got to come up
shittier.
with what's in the dumpster.
I might have
could
been
be
involved
like-
in a lawsuit
I'm
because of
getting
this
lost.
guy.
I don't even
It
know.
Just
could be
because
like,
you hung out with a dude in an office and said, okay, this is what's going on. Da 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 da.
I'll
da,
end
da,
it
da,
here.
Da.
You're a tire fire. He's the dumpster behind Planned Parenthood. Does that work?
Oh God.
Which is
well,
worse.
That's so gnar.
yeah, maybe. You have brought up abortion quite a bit.
You are
and
the
there's been a
abortion
bunch
guy.
of those.
Oh,
And guess what we learned from our very first episode from the first season?
What?
If you leave and do your walkabout and disappear, we know where to find you now. You told your secret. Remember you gave a bunch of pro tips?
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
suicide
And
protest.
Tied
Yeah.
to a tree.
But then you were
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I already told you. And they were like, no, it's cool because the two of us will go look for you.
Good
I
thing there
hope,
aren't a
man.
lot of trees around.
Who else would you want to find you? Let it be us. Let it be us. Yeah, you're cutting him down.
I just
can't-
want to
I'm not
find it
doing
so I
that.
can post a picture of ShaneTrain Facebook. That's all I
Oh
want.
God.
He fucking
That'd be, a
set
good,
himself-
that'd be a good closer.
That's morbid.
Hey guys, we can't do anymore.
What a millennial thing to say.
Just
Hold on.
hanging out.
Hold on.
Oh God.
He's gonna make you do duck lips because they'll stay that way, right? Because it's
This is
well, that's
awesome.
morbid.
Oh, well.
All right. So,
So why are
Could
you
we-
seeing a shrink?
so I'm healthier now. So I think this shrink appointment will be more boring than the first one.
The last 2 minutes would not say healthy, but that's okay.
Okay, but anyway, I'm just forcing another shrink episode through. If this one doesn't go that great, next season I'm thinking psychic to start the season. In-house psychic.
You're not forcing it through. That's the thing, right?
Oh, God, I
do you
don't
think
know.
he's forcing the second one through? I think we all want to just put it out there and see how it goes.
I think Shane gets what he wants.
That's accurate, too.
Like, I'm just going to be honest.
It's called the ShaneTrain. But still,
Whatever.
Mason, you're up for the art, though.
Well, I'm saying
I'm up for anything.
what's fun for me is, like, you two are just, like, this constant embattlement, and I love it. And then there's sometimes, like, the both of you say things to each other, like, where, like, I'm cringing over here, and I'm like, glad that wasn't me that said it. Glad it didn't come my way.
I've had a couple of those this season.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, just a few.
Oh, God.
No, I don't think he forced it. I don't think there's any other way that we could have done the first episode. Like, if you look, because I remember the beginning of, like, okay, this is what I want to do from, like, the very beginning context of what we're
noteworthy.
trying to pull together.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
making it sound like he wanted it and we didn't, and he's pushing it through.
That's it. Felt that way. I started reading in between the lines.
Okay,
I
wait,
want to put it through and just see what the people think. It's not really.
wait. He didn't hit you?
No, he doesn't dare. He hits the wheel train.
I am a fucking tire fire.
I'm going to shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he
You're the
might have
tire
hit me
fire.
with the tire on fire.
You
That
should
was messed
start
up,
the Tire
yeah.
Fire podcast.
Oh,
That'd be
maybe.
hot.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Fuck the Shane train.
We could get
What's
some,
up, guys? Welcome to the Tire Fire.
Get some good art.
Yeah.
Tire Fire, Millennial Mason. Fuck. Hot spin-offs.
Yeah.
I don't
When you
think
do your stand-up, June. Oh, what? June.
June? Excuse me.
Yeah. You'll be funnier without eyebrows anyway.
January 2nd.
Yeah.
Can I just be your tire fire? Can I just hold it like a tire on stage and
You
we'll just light it
can.
on fire?
Yeah.
Okay. When are you going to do that?
Maybe I'll use your half-written book as like kindling or something.
I could hold them both. We could light it all on
Yeah.
fire.
This is great.
Or we could just use
Okay.
our
These
eyebrows.
are great shots.
All this was just a teaser.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Here's my shrink episode. Hope you enjoy our fucking teaser, season 2. And if the shrink's cool, say it. If the shrink's not cool, say that too.
But also at the same time, we don't care because we're putting it in.
That's true. And I'm thinking psychic season 3.
Yeah.
So here we are.
So I think, like, we could go deeper with that. I would love a card reading, like live on air. I think that'd be fun.
I put a lot of weight in fortune cookies, so I think it's worth doing.
Okay, can we? Wait.
I
Can-
live my
That
life
really
by the
is
fortune
Shane.
cookie.
So we'll bring her in. Obviously,
I
we're,
eat
or
'em.
her or him. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be gender specific as far as like who's going to read the cards, but like, can we go to Costco and get a bag of fortune cookies? What? I'm attempting. What?
I'm just so sexually polite.
It was so considerate. Like,
You just told me I couldn't have 20-year-olds. We're not even going to go there. Okay?
Oh.
That's like a whole other
Another
episode
episode.
right there.
yeah.
So, no, what I'm saying is, can we go to Costco and get like a giant bag of fortune cookies?
If they had that.
And then they should.
They do in China.
If they don't, Costco, if you don't have a
They do in
fucking
China.
bag of giant fortune cookies, we're not going to talk about you again.
Yeah.
You're fucking up.
That's
No,
fair.
but then we'll get our psychic, and then like she'll give the reading, and then I'm going to pop a fortune. I'll be like, you're wrong. You should have known that.
You're wrong, idiot.
Yeah.
You guys like that shot?
I mean,
Whoa.
that's a.
That shot reminds me of the ones we might have had a little earlier.
Let's listen to my shrink.
Okay. So that's our tie-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't. I want to drink.
Welcome to season 2.
Let us know what you think, but also we don't care.
Hey, Mom.
Holy
Grandma. I got 2 listeners, bro.
You came back with a fury.
It's whatever.
Dude, I missed the Mason. I don't know if I missed the millennial, but I've missed the Mason.
Hey, bud. Hey, slow
I'm
down.
shaking.
Why don't you let us get
shaking.
some before you?
I'm
fucking-
not hitting stop until we Gombe it then.
All right.
We'll send him to the shrink with a Gombe.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's do it. Buy your Gombe shirts.
Yep, buy your Gombe shirts. Shrinks are really worthwhile. I think it kind of saved my life in a lot of ways. Sexually polite. I got to say that more often.
I know, I can't believe you. That might be the first time in my life I've been
Sexually
accused of that. That was actually pretty awesome.
It's sweet.
So
Yeah,
considerate.
you're so sexually
Gombe!
polite, you know. Gombe.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Good. So, just for our listeners, just I tried to record with my counselor last season, and it went really horribly, and I couldn't use any of it. So, just so we're all clear, you're aware I'm recording today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
and I also
You
to give more
recording, you're doing. Yeah.
to give more clarity, you're not okay with me just randomly publishing things, but if you said I'm okay to record my own stuff, and what I do with it for my healing is up to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And you have signed quite a bit of paperwork with me, so we should.
Yeah, like a 9-pager. And actually,
Yeah.
it was interesting because after what I read that you sent over, it would be unhealthy to mix work and entertainment with therapy that we're working on. So I think outside of today's call, I'm probably going to quit this counselor check-in stuff. So we'll see.
Sure. Good.
But I emailed you a few questions just kind of about me because I thought it would help me understand myself and maybe even people I know understand me more. But if you wouldn't mind,
sure.
I was just going to ask you question by question. It won't take long. But the first question, why do you think I've had such a battle with anxiety and panic my whole life?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's look into that a little bit. So, from what we've discussed, right, like, you've had quite a bit of profound change in your childhood. I know that we talked about experiencing trauma. I would say emotional abuse, right, that there are some key players in your life that treated you pretty poorly, and you face some instability quite often. I think one way we can look at this, like aside from the physiological or maybe a genetic component to your anxiety, that some of the tools that you've used to deal with anxiety have been, have set off your fight or flight, and actually it's a form of self-preservation, right? Like almost like a safety behavior that you've come up with as a way to cope with life and distress. And for you, anxiety is triggered by some of these reminders or things in the environment that are familiar to you, actually, and throughout your childhood, that you have faced really distressing challenges and really not knowing what to do and trying to cope with that. Some of your anxieties and the things that you do with anxiety, like whether that's being preoccupied, shutting down, escaping, being hypervigilant, ruminating, dwelling on pains and grievances. Those are all very familiar tools and tools that you have historically learned to cope with, some of this anxiety and panic.
It's so weird because... Oh, go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I was just going to say, like, the anxiety and the panic, I feel hypersensitive, and I feel like, and I didn't realize this until working with you a lot, but I'm super codependent, and I feel highly sensitive to what other people are thinking about me, and I'm working my way out of that. But how did I end up in such a codependent problem? Like, what do you see going on with my codependency? How did this happen?
Yeah, sure. So maybe just defining what codependency is a little bit might help. In your case, like codependency is about being overly attached or overly involved in other people's pains and problems, right? That historically, like from what we talked about, you have struggled with really being hyper vigilant and hypersensitive when other people are suffering or in pain or have distress, right?
Yeah.
And I think once again, history sort of has dictated this, where, as we had talked, there have been key players in your life that, whether they were overwhelmed, whether they were more powerful than you, whether they had a crisis or conflict and you have experienced some trauma, I guess, difficult adjustment or transition, to the degree that you have seen other people go through difficult times. And I think that has really spoken to you and informed you that maybe other people's problems are a little bit bigger than yours, right? That other people's pain and suffering is something that you need to tend to. And even just the experience of what it looked like when you attempted to voice yourself or to have preferences, what were the fears and the consequences of that. And fast forwarding to now, right, like your codependency now is just, the way I think about it is, we have needs and wants, and we have preferences, right? Oftentimes preferences, I'm sorry, I'm getting a random call. Let me just end that real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
I think oftentimes preferences are when people are rather healthy, right? They're able to select and decide on what they want. And in your case, or generally with codependency, it's hard to have preferences for things. It's hard to make a decision based on your wants. I think codependent people are often dismissive. Also, self-care is very neglected, right? You really don't know what to do that's best for you because of the anxieties and worries and fears about other people. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Like, I'm curious as how you see that shaping up.
No, it's crazy. So like, there's a part of me that says, you know, I've come so far, I've worked on so much. I don't need people's approval, and in some ways I don't. But I still find myself arriving to certain, I don't know, meetings or friendships or people that I deem as, you know, farther ahead than me, and I'm still like crazy nervous, like to the point of it's hard for me to hold like a drink of water and drink it without shaking, you know, everywhere. And so it's so weird because I feel like I have wins in codependency, and I feel like I've started the self-care and I've thinned back my schedule, but it's still there. And from what it sounds like, it's going to be a kind of a lifelong battle. I don't know if that's,
yeah,
is
sure.
that just how it works?
Well, I mean, maybe clarifying that a little bit, like, I think the secondary thing is that codependency has really affected your self-esteem, right? That because you have been so dismissive of your own needs, your own preferences, and even some of the gifts and talents that you have, right? I think that sort of like you're good, but I'm not, and focusing so much on other people and giving them, even on the side of like praise and acknowledgement and validation, and then not offering that to yourself, has significantly affected your self-esteem. And in turn, I wonder if that plays out in social situations where, unfortunately, there's, I guess we would say, like a weak foundation of what that is, that self-esteem piece, and that affects how you engage and interact with other people.
Yeah. What do you see, and I wrote these in an email, so I'm just kind of going back over them, but what do you see my weaknesses as a person are?
I would say, you know, going back to that anxiety and panic, I think for you, well, I think I would say a huge one is that you do hold to some resentments, right? That the grievances that have been done to you, you've coped with it in a very, I guess, powerful way, in a maladaptive way. I think when it comes down to the root of it, like when you think about shame, right, experiencing a shame trigger, things that make you feel shameful, has caused you to shield or protect yourself by shutting down and running away, right? And I think that has been detrimental where historically, you know, in some cases you have terminated relationships or ended friendships, right, on the basis of a powerful grievance that is very difficult for you to move past. So at the core of it is just that I think feeling shame and feeling an attack on your self-esteem, even an attack on your core sense of self, and you have learned to protect that by running away. And I think that has affected you. You would even say that has dramatically affected your life and sort of the trajectory of certain relationships.
Yeah, you know, some of the people I've cared for most in my entire life, I totally cut off and checked out. And I'm just now coming back around to like, well, it'd be nice to just clear the air like in a healthy way, but it's so weird. I get like I can build it up, harness it, and then just use it as a weapon or a shield or a tool to keep them away forever.
Sure.
Instead of just talking about it. What happened? Where are we? we can disagree and never talk again, but so I'll leave it open-ended and just cut off and disconnect it. It's crazy. That totally would be a weakness.
Absolutely. And it's a very powerful armor, right? Like, in a way, it reinforces the idea that no one can hurt you, and that you have retained some power by being able to withdraw to a degree that no one can touch you and phase you anymore.
Yeah, because when it's happening, I feel very powerless to certain just things that have happened in my life. But that is one way I can have a piece of power that they can't have. They can't control if I talk to them. It's weird to think about. What about switching over to like strengths? What are some of my strengths as a person? And I was hesitant to even put strengths, I said in the email, because I don't know why I just dismiss them, but maybe a quick few strengths or whatever.
Compliment sandwich, man. You need both. No, for sure. Like, I think one, I would say you have a lot of strengths that I admire personally. One that I would say is very powerful is that when you think of humility, right? I don't know if society really looks at how they look at humility, but maybe that could be seen as weakness, right? But for you, I see a person that has reached tremendous success in business and as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a manager, right? As a CEO. I mean, starting your own company, like all these things, I guess, by the world's definition, that's pretty remarkable. But I would say one of your strengths is being able to retain a sense of humility, and to dig even deeper than that, like humility in the sense that you are willing to acknowledge your own faults, your own weaknesses. You're willing to brave through some vulnerability and confront things about yourself that may be dysfunctional or hurtful towards other people, behaviors or actions that and that you're willing to accept and admit your part, your responsibility. I think that in the course of working with you, I've seen you really take ownership of your part of certain experiences or narratives, and are very ready and willing to consider both sides, right, and not take this defensive position. And I think that when you think of the strength, like by being able to acknowledge that, right, they've done studies where they ask people if they would be susceptible to certain things, and people that said that they were stronger than that, or that things like that could never trick them, they were most susceptible, right? But in your case, like you're acknowledging that, yes, I'm, I have struggles, that I'm not necessarily strong all the time, and that I am prone to mistakes just like anybody else. I think your ability to acknowledge and honor and practice vulnerability with that has helped you to be strong. It's helped you to succeed, and it's helped you to propel forth. So that one's huge.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Even further than that, like another one is that I see you as a very non-judgmental person, right? And that's a powerful thing. I think that you have experienced personal struggles. You have felt tremendous pain in your own life, and in some ways that has shaped you to give you this empathy, where you're able to really communicate that to other people. And I know that people probably really appreciate your presence and the empathy and extension that you show, and in terms of compassion towards people. And further than that, I want to say that with that empathy, it also comes with wisdom, right? That when you understand your own pain and you're able to empathize with others in their struggle and their suffering, I think it allows you to have wisdom, right? And enhances your wisdom and your ability to understand the human condition and it teaches you how to relate to others, how to connect, how to reciprocate. And I wonder if that's really enhanced your relationship with people. It's really brought depth and, just some enrichment, right? I'm sure you have profound, authentic relationships where you're able to come to the table and bring that authentic, empathic spirit, this non-judgmental stance. It's very welcoming. Yeah. It's definitely very welcoming. I have felt that from you for sure.
Thanks, man. I feel like anything you could judge someone for, I've pretty much been it before. So I don't feel like there's anything left to judge. I've been the best and the worst of everything. But thanks, man. I guess they do balance out. They were more uncomfortable to hear than the weaknesses. What about, I know you don't have a bunch of time, so thanks for hopping on this call with me. But is there anything, if someone didn't know me very well, is there anything interesting or, I don't know, is there anything you would want someone else to know about me that they might not pick up right away or something? Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah, let me think about that. So, is there anything
in the email I said, is there anything particularly interesting about Shane that you don't understand, or is there anything you would want other people to know about?
Yeah, sure. I would say one big one is you have a knack for self-actualization. You sort of want to reach this pinnacle of self and understanding, this self-discovery, like to almost to like not a fanatical degree, but a very strong focus, right? So this desire to understand oneself, desire to see the world in a very clear way. I think that you have this thirst for life and wanting to be the best that you can be, sort of the full measure of who you are. And I don't know if people know that about you, but and what is inherent in that is it comes with a lot, right? It comes with you churn over a lot of these ideas, a lot of these thoughts, and always are very reflective and sort of always therapizing yourself, right? And making reconciliations and reframing and sort of changing old narratives in your life. And that's been a profound journey and getting to know you that and has made counseling rather enjoyable in the sense that to watch you go through so much self-discovery and striving so hard to reach self-actualization. I think that, and I don't know if people know that about you. Maybe they see you as this sort of fun, carefree person, but that there is a lot of depth there, and that you're a very contemplative person, sort of, I don't know if you want to call it old spirit or whatnot, but and I wonder if people knew that they would take more time to explore that part of you. They'd probably really benefit from hearing some of the journeys that you've had and some of the profound truths that you've discovered about yourself, your world, etc.
Well, thanks, man. It's kind of weird. It's weird hearing about myself so cut and dry, but actually just the stuff you wrote about in the email helped me see myself clearer. It's really good for me. I just want to say thank you so much for everything we've already done and worked on, and for hopping on the call today, man.
You're a good man. You're a good man. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I will. I'll be talking to you soon with some more therapy to do.
For sure. Good luck with with your ventures, then, and we'll be in touch.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Actually, bye.
They call me a listener. They say that I should start to explore everything. Oh, I may be a listener and maybe I should. There's joy in the message I bring. ShaneTrain. I am free and at ease. I record what I please. ShaneTrain.